When it comes to keeping fit, a lot of us always find excuses. I'm too busy. I don't like exercising. I have too much work. And the list keeps going on. But what happens when we stop making these excuses? David Goggins stopped making these excuses and transformed himself into America's one of the fittest athletes just by self-discipline, mental toughness, and pure, simple hard work. Goggins talks about his incredible journey in his autobiography Can't Hurt Me, which is unsurprisingly today's episode of Book Club. Book Club is a series of videos on my channel where I discuss key highlights from some of my favorite books, and this one definitely is. David Goggins is a retired Navy SEAL and the only man in the history who has completed the elite training of Navy SEALs, Army Ranger, and Air Force Tactical Air Controller. Goggins currently is an ultra marathon runner. David Goggins has completed more than 60 ultra marathons, triathlons, ultra triathlons, and has always finished in the top 5. Goggins also has a former Guinness World Record of doing 4,030 pull-ups in under 17 hours. And no wonder he's also a much sought after motivational speaker. David had an extremely traumatic childhood because his abusive father used to physically and mentally torture him. Because of this, David had severe learning disabilities and he was nearly illiterate as a teen. By the time he was 24 years old, he was extremely obese and weighed over 300 pounds. He worked at a pest control firm killing rodents and cockroaches for a living. One fine day, he decided that he had to stop running away from his past and take charge of his life. He always had an ambition of becoming a Navy SEAL but never acted on it. But what was at stake here is that he had to lose 100 pounds in less than 3 months. This is where his journey of building mental toughness started. Goggins went through a gruesome training regime to become one of the fittest Navy SEALs America has seen. After retiring, Goggins became the ultra marathoner and did various other forms of endurance sports. But all these achievements did not come easy. In the book, Goggins shares a few key methods he used to change the direction of his life 180 degrees. In today's video, we'll be sharing top 3 methods which Goggins shares in his book. The very first method and my personal favorite is the 40% rule. The 40% rule is simple. When the mind is telling you that you are exhausted, you're done, you can't possibly go any further, you're actually only 40% done. Goggins says that your mind has a huge tactical advantage over you. It knows all your fears, your insecurities, and all the self-doubts which have the ability to stop you in your track and make you give up. The 40% rule reminds us that no matter how exhausted we are, we can always draw into an untapped reserve of potential and energy which we all possess. The only way you can do that is by building mental toughness. And the way to build your mental toughness is by breaking out of your comfort zone and putting yourself into uncomfortable situations. Step 1 of unlocking your potential is to realize that the 40% rule is a reality. Our mind acts as a self-limiting governor and tricks us into giving up. But when your brain is giving up and it's asking you to stop, how do you push yourself forward in such a situation? Where do you find the fuel to motivate yourself to go the extra mile? This brings us to the next key method from the book, which is called the cookie jar method. Cookie jar method is a technique that Goggins has come up with wherein you use your past achievements to motivate yourself when you're struggling. Basically, you make a list of all the victories and triumphs along with all the obstacles and challenges which you overcame. This list serves as an imaginary jar of all the achievements you have had in your life. Whenever you're stumped or struggling with a situation, you reach out to the cookie jar and have a cookie. Goggins says that every cookie reminds him that he has been in pain before and he has overcome it. Every cookie reminds him that he is a total badass. This thought helps him look at the current obstacle as just another setback which he must battle against and win. The cookie jar method acts as a secret weapon when you're just about to give up. Another secret weapon which Goggins uses to fight against his mind is called the concept of taking souls. Which brings us to the third key takeaway from this book, which is called taking souls. In the book, Goggins talks about a scene from the Sylvester Stallone movie Rocky. Rocky is fighting the world champion Apollo Creed. Cut to round 14 where Apollo Creed is beating the shit out of Rocky. Apollo gives Rocky a final knockout punch and has him on the floor. He turns around and he thinks that he has got the guy. He thinks he has beat him. This is when Rocky gathers the courage to get back up on his feet and signals with his glove to Apollo to come back for more. The look on Apollo's Creed face is of total awe. Who are you? Who the hell am I fighting? It looked as if Rocky had taken the soul of Apollo Creed. He does this just by being persistent and refusing to give up. Goggins says that taking souls as a concept can be used in any area of life. It can be used to rock an interview, to get good grades at school, to win a game of chess. It's basically a mind game which you're playing with yourself where you're being relentless and you refuse to give up. Can't Hurt Me is truly inspiring. The book teaches you how to master your mind from someone who has overcome huge obstacles in his life and become one of the toughest man on earth. Goggins helps you break your mental roadblocks and take control of your success. By the time you're done reading this book, you'll be ready to dump all your excuses and to start relentlessly working on a better version of yourself. The bottom line is that life is one big mind game, and the only person you're playing against is yourself. Thanks for watching.